Hello and welcome to another episode from the water's edge. At the moment I've currently got a few fish feeding down in a little corner on some dog biscuits, and hopefully in today's episode you're going to hear us catch a few fish off the surface. Really explosive way of fishing and one of the most exciting ways to watch a fish actually take your hook bait. I've been standing here for about 5 or 10 minutes just flicking a few dog biscuits in, and they really are having it now. There's fish swirling. Now unfortunately I haven't seen anything of any particular size at the moment. There's a lot of fish there, but nothing that I'd say, look at the size of that, that's a really big fish. But nevertheless, impatience has got the better of me. I think, as most of you anglers know, seeing a little sign like this, you just want to get a rod in the water. So that's exactly what I'm now going to be doing. I've got a couple more biscuits to chuck in, and I really don't think this is going to take very long. There go the last ones. I'm going to sneak down a little lower and see if we can have a fish out. Well, that didn't take too long. As I said, there was plenty of fish feeding in the area. Just try and get this fish under a bit of control. There actually was a couple of nice ghost carp come in. He's really trying to go for it. This is a real hit and hold swim. I've got snags in every corner. Just getting under there. Trying to get under that reed bed where we hooked them from. But see them great pair of white lips come up, and the next thing you know is one massive eruption. It's coming to the net now. Not the biggest fish, but it's a good start to the session, and he's ours. Let's get him on the mat and we'll have a look at him. Well, there we are, we'll just slip him on the mat and we'll have a look at him. It's a real tight swim, this. Slip that hook out. Just get rid of this rod and we'll hold him up for you. As I said, there was nothing massive, but it's a little bar of gold. And certainly in such a small little area, put up a really great scrap. Brilliant mouth on there. That was the first thing I knew. That big set of white lips coming up and the biscuit was gone. The next bit, as always with surface fishing, is always the most exciting. Anyway, let's get him back. I'm sure there's some bigger fish around. Maybe move on to one of the next swims and we'll see if we can have one. Let's pop him back in a minute. Yeah, when we're putting these fish back, I think give you a good scrap. Just take a little bit of care, one last look. Stunning fish. Just move this net out of the way. We'll just hold him here until he's ready to go himself. Just hold him by the tail. They'll soon let you know when they're ready. They'll give you a kick. There he goes. And he's off. It's a brilliant start to the session. But there's definitely some more fish feeding around the lake. Let's go and have some more. We're just taking a quick break from the fishing just to talk you through the tackle we've got today. Now it really couldn't be more simple for surface fishing. First of all, to start off, we've got quite a nice lightweight rod. This one's actually a specimen rod at £1.25, so it's nice and light, brilliant for poking around and landing all sorts of size fish. On there I've got a bait runner reel that's loaded with £10 line. Then literally, as I said, this really is as simple as it comes. So that comes straight through to a lightweight Drennan Super Specialist hook size 8. Now it's fairly small, fairly lightweight, because what we're doing is literally just banding a dog biscuit onto the shank of the hook. It needs to be lightweight so it doesn't sink the dog biscuit or make it turn over in any unnatural fashion to the dog biscuits that are in there as freebies. As well as that, I've got my net and my unhooking mat. Fish safety is always a big must. And a little bucket as well, that completes the tackle. In there I've got a few different bait bands, spare hooks if need be. I've also got a controller float just in case the fish push that little bit further away and we need to chase them out. As well as that, we've just got a nice big bucket of dog biscuits, and that's what we're going to be feeding throughout the day. As you can see, although these are ordinary dog biscuits, as normal in my fishing I've added my own little twist, and I've dyed a few of them red with a little bit of flavouring just to keep those fish guessing which one the hook's in. I do always feel that the more changes you can make and the more variables you can put out there, the more chance you've got of putting a few fish on the bank. What I'll quickly show you is just how we do these. Now it couldn't be any more simple again really. Just in this bag is normal dog biscuits straight out of the bag. First thing I want to do is just to put a tiny bit of flavouring on. The one I've gone for is Sauce Liquid. It smells really, really good for carp. One of my favourites for big carp fishing, or any sort of carp fishing really. So basically all that's going to be is a small squirt of that in the bag. I'm not really trying to make the dog biscuits soak up any flavour. I just want a coating on top of them, first of all for a bit of smell, and then second of all it's going to help the dye that I'm putting in next stick to all the outside layer of the pellets. I don't want them to go too soft, that's the reason for not adding too much liquid. I mean, you could even do it with water, but you don't want to add too much so they go mushy. Next, once they've all coated, let's get some dye. Now this stuff is really, really strong. You need literally hardly anything. So I'm just going to tap out the smallest bit of dye I can. There we go. I mean, that you wouldn't think there's anything, but you give this bag a shake and look at that just go red instantly. Now what I'll do is I just roll these about for 30 or 40 seconds to get them all in a nice covering, and then I'd probably leave them for maybe 5 or 10 minutes just to get it so that liquid's dried a little bit, the red colour's stuck on nice and well, and you end up with the dog biscuits that you see in the tub. But if I just show you these already, how quick they've gone and taken on that colour. There they are. Now they'll get better and better in 3 or 4 minutes time. Anyway, that's enough for the bait and the rigs. I'm quite eager to get back out fishing. The fish are really hunting for these biscuits and it is a glorious day. While we're on that subject, just a bit of common sense, and also just to make your day a bit more enjoyable, when the weather is like this, make sure you get prepared for it. I've got my hat on today, sunglasses to help protect my eyes. Not only that, it helps you see really much more detail in the water, so a good set of polar eyes in a day like this with this sort of method is a must. And obviously put some sunscreen on. Nothing worse than coming home in all the excitement, getting burnt, and you spend the next 2 or 3 days suffering. It sort of takes the edge off your fishing trip. But anyway, I'm going to head off to see if we can have another one of these fish. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long.